Hi guys, we're in the current high energy period, long range forecast period, which is from the 21st to the 25th of April 2025. This period coincides with a quite large Southern Hemisphere Earth facing coronal hole. What's interesting about this coronal hole is this coronal hole itself last appeared on the Earth facing disk approximately 27 days ago, which, if you count back through time, that roughly coincides with the March floods. While I'm not expecting flooding on the scale that we saw through March, what is interesting to see is the progression of the current weather features that extend from now into the end of April. Uh, we know that there's a series of frontal systems and upper level troughs that are expected to develop about the southwest coast from today, shifting into the southeast over the next few days. And following the progression of these upper level troughs and frontal systems, there's a coastal trough or a weak tropical low. I wouldn't even say a tropical low, but a tropical disturbance due to form in the northern Coral Sea around the Cape York Peninsula towards the end of the month. Uh, with the coronal holes and their interaction, we see high energy particles exiting the sun up to 800 kilometers a second, and these are protons, electrons, and ionized particles. And as they interact with our atmosphere and our magnetosphere and so on, there's an interaction with the pressure gradients in the upper level jet streams and so on. And so what we see is enhanced upper level troughs and the higher chance for cutoff flows and things like that. So similar to the March events where we get these broad, slow moving upper level features that produce extended rainfall across vast areas. Again, I don't expect anything similar to March due to the seasonality. Now we're moving away from that tropical bias, but we're expecting to see a series of like a train of upper level troughs move through in the next 10 days. And they slowly, progressively shift further northwards towards end of month. And this coincides with this coastal trough that we're watching forming up in the northeast. The long range forecast has this coastal trough interacting with an upper level feature and shearing cloud into the eastern coastal regions of Queensland, possibly down to the Wide Bay. So it'll be interesting to see how this energised atmosphere builds over the next 7 to 10 days, how the coastal trough forms, and how these upper level troughs interact with building moisture over the days ahead. We've already seen an early cut-off flow through New South Wales over the weekend, bring some heavy falls to the New South Wales coast. And then the next few days, we'll see the progression of the next southwest feature bring rain to the southwest corner, the southern coast of South Australia, through into the southeast once again. And following that, we'll see this next tropical feature moving in the northern Coral Sea. So there's a bit going on at the moment outside of our Earth and within our Earth, and it's very interesting to see how events will develop and transpire. So I've covered this in a fair bit of detail in today's subscriber update, going into some of the websites you might be interested in looking at to monitor these events, some basic mechanisms, and then the general play-by-play with weather and how it should actually play out with the computer models. So stay tuned. I'll post some more info as it comes about. But in the meantime, jump on the website, check out today's update, and we'll keep you posted as this develops. So I've got a feeling we're going to get a bit more rain than the models are predicting, mostly for the eastern coastal regions of Queensland and maybe parts of New South Wales. Cheers.